All right, so you guys probably thought, when is this video coming? Yes, it's time to do a video about Zcash. Why Zcash? Well, take a peek at this. Some coins are absolutely exploding today. We've got cryptocurrencies that are up 84%, 76%. The odds are is that most of these coins, the majority of you aren't holding. That's just sometimes how this crypto market goes. And that feels how it's going right now. Tom Crown put out a very good post that I liked quite a bit. Altcoin season, but not your alt. I think that's how everybody's feeling right now. And a snapshot of these coins that are up big time today. Why am I going to talk about Zcash? Because if you're paying attention right now, Zcash, which was back in 5/12 of 2025, basically even in September of this year, was at $40. Today, it's at $700. It's done over a 10x, almost a 20x on this coin. Well, basically, Bitcoin and the crypto market have been crumbling. What the heck is going on right now? And why is Zcash pumping? Let's talk a little bit about it. I'm still in a short position for Bitcoin because I personally am still feeling about 80% confident in a potential bear market coming for Bitcoin and for crypto. So then, if you want to trade these markets, by the way, you want to trade Bitcoin, or maybe you want to buy or long some Zcash, or I'm thinking about shorting Zcash, to be honest with you. I'll tell you why here in a second. You can sign up for some of these affiliates in the description down below. You want to trade on Blowfin or BTCC or Bit10x. I believe Zcash is available on all these platforms. Again, my long right now, or short on Bitcoin right now, is over on Blowfin. I'm thinking about shorting Zcash, though. That's kind of scary to think about because it really has been a market outlier. This thing is ripping like crazy. Over the last 24 hours, it's up again another 32% over the last 7 days. It is certainly, it's in the top 5. It's just been roaring. We've got a lot of coins that are popping off right now. What's going on? So just starting this video off, why is Zcash pumping? Okay. Well, ask AI. Okay. When in doubt, ask AI. I think it's very interesting. The top example is celebrity endorsements. Okay. So there's really not a huge reason for this. Arthur Hayes, who's historically had some pretty bad predictions about crypto, floated a potential target of $10,000 to $20,000 for Zcash. So that's why $20,000 Zcash is on the thumbnail of this video. Do I think that Zcash is going to $20,000? Frankly, I have no idea. But if I had to guess, I'd say no. Not in this bull market. Maybe at some point in the future. Okay. I can't help but think the reason for Zcash pumping right now is two reasons. One, boredom in the market, okay? And desperation. Because if the fear that people is feeling right now about crypto is prevalent enough, there are probably people right now panic selling their positions and flocking and FOMOing in, okay, to Zcash. I saw a video from somebody that I really like in the crypto space recently saying that the market is changing and that you need to kind of go with the, chase the momentum, go with the momentum plays. People are using you got to go with the momentum plays. Oh, you mean panic buy into the market? I don't know about that. Okay. Panic buying is a good way to get wrecked, in my opinion. Now, I missed Zcash. Do I wish that I bought Zcash at $40? Yes. Am I telling you that I missed it? Yeah, I did. I didn't expect Zcash to pop off. In fact, I thought that the anonymity coins like Zcash and all these other coins were going to get squashed by governments, targeted by governments. Zcash was one that was known for being more of the dark web anonymity coins, privacy coins, which actually, privacy is important and privacy is great. And I'm not anti-privacy. I'm very pro-privacy. And so in that regard, Zcash is known as a privacy coin. I think that's very great. And I hope it goes to the moon. I hope it keeps surging. I hope it goes to $20,000 per coin. But I know from experience that when all of a sudden everybody's talking about it, like the fact that I'm putting out a video about Zcash today is bearish for Zcash, okay? The fact that I felt the need to create a video about Zcash as a YouTuber, and I'm sure many YouTubers are feeling the same need right now. I start seeing people starting to talk about it. It means that in a matter of days, maybe weeks, there's probably going to be some kind of top for Zcash. Even if Bitcoin recovers and goes higher to new highs, which I think I'm personally about 80% confident we're going to a bear market for Bitcoin. I could be wrong. I'm leaving 20% chance of continued bull market for Bitcoin. Even if Bitcoin recovers, I think that Zcash could start losing momentum. I would guess that if Bitcoin starts pumping and other altcoins start to catch up and start rallying, we get an altcoin season, Zcash is probably going to start falling behind. That's my guess. I could be wrong. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give financial advice. If you want to trade Zcash and you want to counter trade that thought, you can counter trade it. Or if you agree with it, you could potentially short Zcash. I'm thinking about doing it. I haven't entered a position yet. I still think there's maybe a little bit room left for this to run, but it's probably got to be getting close. If it finally caught my attention, okay, and I feel the need to speak out about it, then it's probably getting to the mass influx point where if everybody's thinking, and once your uncle, your cousin, or your brother message you, hey, you hear about the Zcash, that's probably the time to sell. And I think we're getting close to that point. I'm not telling you to sell. I'm certainly not telling you to buy. I do not like to buy in the middle of a rocket ship mode for a coin. I don't like to do that. I like to buy in bear markets. If we got a bear market coming, you're going to have really great discounts on a lot of your favorite altcoins, on Bitcoin even, and probably Zcash. I think it's safe to say that at some point Zcash will be a lot lower. I could be wrong. What if I'm dead wrong? What if Zcash is the next Bitcoin like so many people are saying? Well, then, maybe it's worth having a little bit, I guess. But is there any fundamentals here behind Zcash that's blowing my mind? No. Increased demand for privacy. Yeah, that's something we know and people like that. And that's great. And I think that's awesome for Zcash. Declining circulating supply. I think that's important as well. I think that's super great. But is Zcash the next Bitcoin? Fundamentally, no, it's really not. Market outperformance. Zcash's rally has been so FOMO, basically. That's the reason, okay, for this rally. And short squeezes. A lot of people are shorting it right now. So the more that people like me are like, well, I think I should short it. When those shorts get squeezed, it goes higher and higher and higher. What happens when the short squeezes stop happening? What happens when the people that made a ton of money on it, caught the 20x, start selling? It's probably going to come back down to earth. I don't want people to get ripped out of their coins that they've been holding on through out of desperation, chasing a coin that's been explosive. Again, you do what you want, guys. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give financial advice. Maybe I'm dead wrong with this short. Maybe I'm dead wrong with the idea that we could potentially be going into a bear market. The reason I say that we could be going into a bear market, the reason that I think it makes sense that Zcash is pumping right now is if we're going into a bear market, I think there are people that are panic selling their altcoins, trying to hop on the last train, which could be Zcash. And that's just the way that I feel about it right now. Could it go to $20,000? Yeah, sure, it could. And if it goes to $20,000, well, then you've still got a 20x ahead, if not more, for Zcash, which is spectacular. But the reality of the situation is a Bitcoin bull market has historically lasted about 1,070 days. And we have already been in this bull market for Bitcoin for about 1,070 days. And a lot of people are saying that the top could be in. And just based on the fact that a Bitcoin bull market historically lasted about 1,070 days, I think that that's how I feel about it too. That's my personal belief. That's what I've been talking about for the last 4 years on this channel. I don't dislike Zcash. I don't hate Zcash or anything like that. But I know there's some people that are thinking about panic buying Zcash right now, and you might make a ton of money. Maybe it does go to $20,000, but just maybe it goes back down to $40 and you lose 90% of your value in a very short order. If we're going into a bear market and Bitcoin collapses down to $60,000 or goes lower, or even if it comes down to 70, then altcoins are probably going to crash 90%. And I do not think Zcash is going to be the exception to that. Now, if I'm wrong and you believe that I'm wrong and you have confidence that I'm wrong, you have a reason why I'm wrong, tell it to me in the comments down below and do your own research, guys. Make your own choices. I'm not a financial advisor. If you want to trade this market, check out the affiliates in the description down below. Counter trade me or trade with me. You got to make your own decision. So check out those affiliates if you haven't done so already. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. DCA, hold on, my friends. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Peace.